Peace, peace. Indra Ali coming back at you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to answer another question I received from one of my email subscribers at indraemail.com. Question: can you talk about the sun and just what it is? Also, can you talk about dragons and our connection to them? Thank you, Ali. Many blessings to you. So essentially, this person is wanting to know about the sun. Now, I'm going to start out like this. Depending on where you get your information from, people don't have their own different perspective, depending on where you're researching this. If you're researching it from a historical perspective, or you're researching this from a scientific perspective, or you researching this about a spiritual perspective. I'm honestly going to speak about the spiritual significance of the sun. View the sun like you would view any other planet in astrology. What I mean by that is, when you look at astrology, if you're fully versed in astrology, or at least very familiar with it, then you understand that there's more than just the sun. You have Mercury, you have Venus, you have Mars, you have Jupiter, you have Saturn. You have all these different planets that have an effect on your psychology, your mind, your consciousness, for lack of better words. So look at the sun as another planet that has a direct effect on your consciousness. That's why when most people talk about astrology, all they talk about is their sun sign. When they say I'm a Taurus, they're talking about their sun is in Taurus. So what does this mean on a deeper level? On a deeper level, it means the sun directly has an influence on our consciousness. It's similar to the moon. When you look at the moon, another name for the moon is called Luna. That's where you get the word lunatic from, because when there's a full moon, people lose their mind, so to speak, or they get more emotional. That's why the moon is tied with emotions. So every planet has a specific energetic signature. For the sun, you're dealing with the expression of your personality, your ego, how you come across, the most shining part of your personality, what most people know you by, the energy that most people recognize you by, because the sun is very pronounced, it's bright. On another level, the sun is a way for us to expand our consciousness. If you look up a practice called sun gazing, which I know there's a little bit of controversy recently dealing with sun gazing, but I've practiced sun gazing for years. It is very safe if you know what you're doing. I'm not going to get deep into the technical aspects, but simple. All you have to do is view the sun when it doesn't hurt your eyes. You can do that during sunrise and sunset. There's about a half-hour window where it's very safe to view the sun. Now, if you go out and watch the sun at noon, then I can't say that it's not going to damage your eyes. But if you view the sun during the safe hours, as it's called, then there's not going to be any damage to your eye. But always, if you feel any strain, if you feel like it's painful, then obviously you want to discontinue or whatever. But when you practice sun gazing and develop a conscious relationship with the sun, you'll quickly realize that the sun is not just this ball of fire, that it has a consciousness, that there are certain beings that live on the sun. They're not going to tell you this on Wikipedia. They're not going to tell you this on National Geographic. But if you sun gaze and develop your own relationship, you will see for yourself. And also, you will see how your consciousness just expands. Imagine going and doing meditation and just doing meditation on steroids. That's probably what the sun is. To be honest, that's one of the easiest practice that anybody can do on the path, is taking up sun gazing. So if you go into Google or go into YouTube and put my name in, I'm sure you'll find a couple videos where you'll see me actually connecting with the sun and getting a response from the sun, and also have a video where I teach you how to safely sun gaze. So the second part of this question deals with dragons and our relationship to dragons. I'll say it like this: there are many different types of beings in the multiverse. There are many different types of being in the multiverse. You've heard of angels, you've heard of demons, you've heard of elementals, fairies, gods, ancestors. There's a myriad of different beings. So dragons are another type of being. They're spiritual beings, but they're also physical beings, but they reside in remote locations, meaning you're not going to find dragons at your local Walmart. You feel me? You're not going to find them at Target. They're historical beings that have a historical, like, people have seen these beings when you study the history of dragons. But they're another being that they don't interact with humans like that. Similar to like the elementals. If you look at the elementals, meaning fire, water, earth, and air, there are beings that reside in all those different elements. They don't mess with humans that much because why? Humans have damaged earth, water, air, everything down this planet we have damage. You know what I mean? Not you, not me, but we collectively have damaged all the different elements. So imagine being a highly intelligent being, and then you look at these other beings called humans. You're not going to want to interact with them like that. So dragons are very astute, very prestigious, mystical beings, but they're not part of our 3D reality, so to speak. They exist, like I said, in remote locations. Now, how do they influence us on Earth and our connection with them? I believe there's a part of our consciousness that relates to every different being in the multiverse. So we have a part of our consciousness that deals with the elementals, part of our consciousness that deals with angels, part of our consciousness that deals with or are connected to deities. And that's the same with dragon. I believe we have different forms that exists on higher dimensions of reality. I believe that we connect with these forms in dreams, and I can believe that we connect with these different forms in between lifetimes. So simply put, we have a connection to every different spiritual being that you read about in the history books, that you read about in religion. I believe that we have a very much a mind-to-mind connection with all these different beings, and dragons being no exception. Some humans have the opportunity to meet their dragon form. Some humans have the opportunity to meet their angelic form. Some humans have met their demonic forms. I believe all these different forms exist in different dimensions of reality, and we don't commonly connect with them on an everyday basis. This has been Indra Ali. Make sure to be subscribed to my email list at indraemo.com. And until next time, peace.